What's going on, everybody? Eric here next to me, Perry in the back this time. First of all, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, this is my gift to you guys. It's also a gift to ourselves, honestly. But
Yeah.
So just a quick fact. I actually watched this film already, which is Uncut Gems, by the way. Sorry, we watched Uncut Gems in theaters, but I personally watched this film 4 days before this because there was a leaked screener and I just couldn't help myself, so I watched it with my girlfriend. But this is my first theater experience, and this is their first time watching this as a whole.
Yep.
But yeah, so Uncut Gems, definitely top 5 most anticipated films of the year. Directed by the Safdie brothers, which brought us Good Time 2 years ago, was it?
Yeah, 2017.
Which was that Good Time is a
Excellent
phenomenal
movie.
piece of filmmaking.
Yeah,
Definitely top 5 of that year material. Some people think it's the best of the decade, and I don't even fight with those people because it's a great fucking film. So Adam Sandler is in a starring role for this, and it's produced by A24. And to see Adam Sandler and A24 together when I saw this coming up, it was just so weird. I was like, what?
It's Adam Sandler's decade. It's his decade good performance.
Yes.
Yeah, he has that one every
It's
decade.
one great film every decade. You know, me, like, I've always thought Adam Sandler was a decent actor. I mean, I know that, like, he's made a lot of shit movies. But, you know, I grew up with Adam Sandler. Just pull a Chris Stubman. I grew up with Adam Sandler movies.
I grew up with Adam Sandler.
And I really dug them. I still dig, you know, as you know, the not the new ones, obviously, but the older ones. I still find those films enjoyable. So me going into this film, I was really excited because I know that Adam Sandler has a talent, and I just wanted to see what he could bring to the table here with the Safdie brothers. And guys, like, God, man, like, I went into this film obviously like thinking it was gonna be great, but this film just like blew me the hell away. Like, this film is something else. This film is a theater experience. Like, anybody who goes and sees this movie, just know that you're gonna be in for an experience, and it's basically an anxiety thrill ride that basically doesn't let you go from start to finish. I mean, there are a few moments that kind of pause and let you relax a bit.
Yeah.
But they're very minimal, and, you know, it doesn't take too long for, you know, to get back to more like high octane material. But yeah, guys, I absolutely love this film to death. I think it's a great piece of filmmaking. Adam Sandler, my God, does he just perform in this film? Like, this is the best performance I've ever seen from Adam Sandler, like, by far. I know that he's great in Punch Drunk Love and Reign Over Me and you know, other the Mayor Witt stories.
Meyer Witt
stories. But this film, he really, really brings something else to the table, and he is just incredible in this film. And yeah, you know, and other than that, I mean, the directing from the Safdie brothers is just so unique. It's so visionary, and it's just, it's like whenever they pitch a movie, it's like, okay, what's on your mind for it? And they're like, anxiety. That's what I want to do. And this film is it's directed in such a way that it's just like, you know, not only is the camera work just really like, is it not only just like fast paced and really unique, but the score is also something else. Like, the score is like almost a character of its own throughout this film. And, you know, it's just, there's so many different scenes in this film where the score meets the camera work, and it's just it creates something that's just incredibly creative and really engaging. And I just love aesthetic pieces like this. But one great thing about this film is that not only is are the aesthetics just incredible, but the narrative on its own is just like, it's really, really engaging and really interesting, and the character writing is also just like on a whole other level. And yeah, like, I know I'm gushing over it, but I really have nothing but nice things to say about this film. It's pretty much every aspect of this filmmaking really, really impressed me. Yeah, I guess with that, I'll give it to somebody else. You want to start, Eric?
Two things that I want to say off the bat about this movie is, you know, when you are watching your usual Adam Sandler vehicle, you just see Adam Sandler just doing the same bullshit that he always does to earn his little check. But it goes without saying, like, this is a film where you completely forget it's Adam Sandler.
Yes.
He completely transforms into this fucking greedy and manipulative character. And I completely, everything that he's ever done before, that shit just completely vanished, and I got sucked into his acting and the character writing of him. He's fantastic in it. Like, buy into the hype when people say that he would like deserve an Oscar.
Yes.
I mean, he's up against some pretty stiff competition, but you know, if it was lesser, he would definitely be deserving the Oscar.
Yeah, I mean, for me, he's definitely going to get nominated. If he doesn't, it's just going to be like a huge what the fuck moment. But
And one thing that I was concerned about going into Uncut Gems was that it was going to be too much like Good Time, and it's not. It's very different from Good Time. They share similarities for sure, in terms of like the anxiety and the tension and some of the fucking grit basically that's going on, but they're very different.
I agree.
I feel like a Good Time feels like a fucking like a thrill ride, like a complete amusement park. Yeah. But Uncut Gems, I feel like every character is more fleshed out, and the two main characters from Good Time are fucking great too. They definitely have depth to them, but in Uncut Gems, like, a lot of people shine on top of Adam Sandler's phenomenal performance. Lakeith Stanfield. Lakeith Stanfield. He's great. I love him in pretty much every scene he's in. And also the NBA player. He's great. He's not an actor, but
Kevin Garnett.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't know anybody's name.
Kevin Garnett is fantastic.
I love all the scenes he's in too. He feels very authentic. And the fucking one of the extortionist guys, the main guy, he's intimidating as fuck.
Yeah. And
you can tell he does not like Adam Sandler.
And Sandler's like mistress in this movie too. The the one that helps him, with everything, like in the store, the one that he's like living with, on the side, kind of.
Yeah.
She's pretty good in the movie too. I wouldn't say she's like a huge standout, but
not a standout.
The point is that everybody pretty much did exactly what they're supposed to do, and some people excelled.
Yeah.
And there was nobody in this movie that really makes you think like, oh, they were acting. Even like, The Weeknd is in this, and I can see some people seeing like maybe his portion as like negative, but it's not so bothersome just because of the fact that he's barely in the movie.
Well, the reason I think it works is because The Weeknd didn't play like a fictional character. He played The Weeknd inside this fictional universe. Yeah. So I thought that was really smart on the Safdie brothers. So like, even if he doesn't turn out the greatest performance, like, it's still him. Like, he just has to play himself. So it's not like he's like trying to get into this performance and like loot and like sucks at it.
I guess I can see some people saying that it's too much of like a product placement for him.
I thought he was used good, sparingly enough.
Yeah,
and not distracting.
Yeah, I agree.
And what else could I say? The score, amazing. The cinematography is like Good Time. It flows very well. This movie has a very good sense of flow to it. It's kind of hard to pinpoint act structures. It just feels like a long continuous movie with like things developing in a way that feels very authentic and smooth.
Really chaotic, by the way.
A lot of things are going on in this film.
Yeah.
A lot of things, and it was kind of hard to keep up at some times. I'm like, shit.
Incredibly chaotic film, where like it's just nothing, like everything that's revolving around Adam Sandler's character is just, there's never any rest when it comes to his character. There's hardly any rest. Like, it's just like every time he's out and about, it's just like there's always something going on with him. Like, whether there's just some random person that's coming up to him and, you know, yelling at him about something, and there's a whole other group of people that are coming up to him because he owes something about some shit, and it's just like his life is just always chaos. And
yeah, you get that sense really well.
I mean, I personally think that's a big theme of the film, but what about you, Perry? You're really quiet, man.
Yeah, I thought it was a really great film. I wish I wasn't sick during the movie and I didn't have to go to the bathroom during the movie.
Yeah.
But I'm going to watch it again, but I still really dug the hell out of this movie. You know, like you said, the acting was great. Lakeith Stanfield, very understated. Adam Sandler just absolutely blew me away. What I think is really interesting about the Safdie brothers is they're not big on like wide shots and pulling the camera back. So I love how their films feel so intimate, and I love how like this film is no different. It really like holds on close-ups on the main character, so you really like it really drains out all the you really get all the emotion that the characters are feeling and how they're thinking, and it adds, like you said, a lot of tension to all of the scenes.
You always feel like you're in the shit of everything that's happening.
Exactly.
And this film particularly, this is what I pointed out. This isn't like a revelation, but people are like constantly talking over each other.
Yeah.
And everything feels very authentic. There's never a time where I feel like, yeah, I'm watching a movie. Like,
yeah. And that's great direction, honestly.
It is. It's very just little things like that just are able to get you so immersed into the film.
That's why I feel so chaotic, because like, you know, these characters just like shouting over each other, and it just feels like real life. A lot of it feels incredibly real. Nothing feels artificial about it.
Yeah, it's not one person saying one line and then everyone else shutting the hell up, so, you know,
the next person can say something.
Yeah.
It's one person trying to dominate the scene over the other, it feels
Exactly.
like. But not in like a oh, you can see the script on the screen. No, it just, you can just tell they're giving their all.
That's the reason why a lot of blockbusters and Marvel movies suck, because, well, not
There's many reasons why they suck.
I don't want to say they all suck, but a lot, like, the big problem with that is that it's always like people just trying to give lines like one after the other, and it comes off really artificial, and you know, you don't really get the sense that you're watching something that could be even slightly real. But this film feels incredibly real.
This yeah, there's not a time where I felt like I don't buy this.
Yeah.
So, you know, some people could make the argument that some things feel far-fetched, but even then, not really.
Because, I mean, life's fucking far-fetched, too, sometimes.
It is, yeah, exactly. People don't realize that.
Yeah.
Man, this is a tangent, but, like, people say, like, life is stranger than fiction. It's like, not really. It's like when crazy things happen to you, you feel the weight of it, and then that's when you say things like that.
Yeah.
That's how I interpret it anyways.
I totally agree, dude.
But, yeah, this film... fucking fantastic.
It has imagery too. Like, it's just really like, just like beautiful, and what's the word, like I can't find the word, but it's like larger than life kind of imagery.
Yeah.
Existential. That's more of the word. But it's like, you know, it comes like in short glimpses, but when it's there, like, it just that's something that I did not expect out of the film going into it. And it definitely gives you that kind of imagery, and I thought that was really, really cool, because I personally feel that it's really thematic for what the film's going for.
Definitely.
And yeah,
there's a lot of great like editing choices that are very artsy and are used sparingly and don't feel pretentious in any way.
Yeah.
It doesn't like beat you over the head with it. Because I feel like avarice is like a huge theme of the film. I'd say it's probably the main theme of the film. And, you know, just all the shots of like that feel larger than life and feel like you're seeing the universe unfold, you know, in front of you. It makes you realize how insignificant all of our greed, all of our wants are. And I think that's what the film was really trying to say.
Yeah, I also feel it has a lot to do with chaos too, like, and how like chaotic life can be, especially when you know, make your own bed that way, and you don't have a stable, like, you're putting yourself in a position to where you're no longer having a stable, somewhat controllable life. And Adam Sandler puts himself in this place to where it's like his confidence level of having control in the most like situations that you obviously don't have control over just makes it to where your whole universe is just kind of collapsing on you all the fucking time.
Right.
Yeah, they do a fantastic job at that with this film. I feel like the Safdie brothers actually took inspiration from Punch Drunk Love, because there's scenes in Punch Drunk Love where like the anxiety just gets like crazy.
Yeah.
Namely, the scene where he's like trying to take the phone call and his fucking sister's bitching him out.
I think it's similar in the sense of somewhat of the ways how they use the score to build anxiety.
That too. I feel like Punch Drunk Love does it more overtly anxiety. Carlos earlier had the perfect word to say for it. It's very cosmic in a way.
Yeah.
It's not one note. It's filled with variety, and it's not what you'd expect.
Yeah.
It's very purposeful and interesting, and yeah, I applaud the Safdie brothers for like. It feels like they took a lot of risks with this film, and didn't really like go one way in order to just please audiences.
Mean Streets seems like another big inspiration on this film.
Oh,
Which doesn't surprise me because Martin Scorsese actually produced this.
yeah.
So, I definitely got some Mean Streets vibes.
I didn't know Martin Scorsese produced this.
Yeah.
Oh, it said it.
It said it in the credits. I was surprised.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
it literally said something produced
Yeah,
Martin
that's
Scorsese.
why he jumped off of Joker to produce Uncut Gems.
That's fucking cool. And I did kind of get that vibe of like New York City is like a character unto itself.
Yeah, definitely.
I really enjoyed the setting of this film, taking place in New York, and like there's just so much shit happening around him, but yet we're just focusing on this one guy's plight and his story.
Yeah, for sure. Because I know I've heard some people say that they don't like this film as much as Good Time.
I don't.
You don't?
I don't. No.
I need to watch it again. There's just some things that I feel aren't bad. I feel like maybe they just flew over my head, and I just need another watch to fully get it.
Yeah, I feel you. But like, some people say it's because, the main character isn't as like compelling as the one in Good Time, because they feel like Sandler's character here is not really like redeeming, so you don't really care about what's happening to him. But I personally disagree. For some reason, I still found myself at times rooting for him and wanting everything to work out for him for some fucking reason, even though the film doesn't like give you a lot of like good qualities about him as a person. It's just there's something about the way the film is written and directed, and the way that Adam Sandler acts in the movie, even though he's not a good person. For some reason, he's oddly likable in a way.
Yeah, he's charismatic.
Yeah,
Definitely.
there you go. Yeah,
I feel like the Safdie brothers know this very well, that Adam Sandler is like a very naturally charismatic person, because even people who hate Adam Sandler, like full stop, they're probably one of the people who loves to hate him. Like,
Yeah.
they have like a mixed relationship with him, and this film just kind of adds to it.
yeah.
But Adam Sandler is very charismatic when he wants to be.
I feel like this is also him just kind of like wanting to say like, fuck you to all the people that fucking hate him and shit. Well, at least all the critics, because a
Yeah.
lot of critics shit all over him all the time. And this is just, again, like Eric said, it's like one of those films like every decade that he comes out with. It's like, look, I'm talented, I can fucking act, I know what good shit is, and here it is, bitch.
Yeah, and it's really cool because, if you check Twitter a lot, like Adam Sandler and the Safdie brothers have been hanging out like all the time. And I think it's really cool for them to build that relationship. And I can only hope Adam Sandler will come out of his fucking shell more.
Oh yeah, I wish he would
Stop making the millions.
I wish he would just do movies like this more often. Like, I don't know, whatever. He's probably fine. He's making so much money doing his current dog shit, so whatever.
We won't get another movie like this until 2029.
Yeah, with Adam Sandler.
Unfortunately, because we gotta wait another decade now.
Yeah. But anyways, anybody have any other thoughts before we give our grades? You say anything, Perry or Eric?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard without spoilers. I mean, I guess there's not too much to jump into, but yeah, that's all I have to say without spoilers.
Okay.
Because I don't want to ruin this. This film got ruined for me in some way, some spoiler thing, which I won't say.
That's a fucking shame.
Yeah,
This is a bad movie to get spoiled for you.
Yeah, it is.
Because the ending, by the way, is a really good, like, kind of shocking type of ending.
This movie subverts your expectations in good ways and not like overtly showy ways.
Yeah.
Like the first scene of this film, I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. Like when I saw this film for the first time, I was like, I did not expect the film to start out this way, like at all.
But it's thematic because
it is.
one theme that I don't think we touched on is like, I like how privileged they are, and they kind of look down on like people who just have none of that.
Yeah.
And they're jewelers, like, or Adam Sandler is a jeweler who fucking sells these fucking crazy like rings and chains worth thousands of dollars, and meanwhile people are like working their asses off just to make ends meet.
Yeah, I think it's like another comment on like capitalism and shit.
Yeah.
Like crony capitalism type shit.
Yeah, it is kind of Martin Scorsese-esque, where it's just like, it's showing these horrible situations and these like superficial, ultimately like acts of violence, and it's all for like excess.
Yeah.
I like that topic and how people like Martin Scorsese and Safdie brothers tackled it.
Yeah, I agree.
I guess that's all I have to say for now.
Well, you, Perry, you done?
Yeah, let's give our grades.
Okay. So obviously, I absolutely love this film. I think it's incredible. I hope it gets nominated for everything in the book. Best picture, best lead performance, best director, but it probably will only get like best actor and maybe another one. Maybe best picture if it's lucky. But anyway, I thoroughly enjoyed this. I highly recommend everybody to see it. I think even casuals could watch this movie and get a lot out of it. So, I'm going to give Uncut Gems not a perfect grade, but I will give it a 9.5 out of 10. Close to perfect grade. I thoroughly enjoyed this film a lot.
Yeah, I don't think you're alone in that. A lot of people really love this film, and I've been seeing nothing but super positive things about it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm in the majority on this, I guess.
Yeah, and I have to basically agree here too. I'm gonna give Uncut Gems 9 out of 10.
Awesome.
I think it's
strong 9 or
about what you gave it, like a 9.5 if I was to do decimals.
okay. Awesome.
Yeah, so it's really great. I recommend everybody to check it out.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious, like from watching our review, that I like this film the least. I like this film the least out of all of us. Like I prefer Good Time. Like it's not even a tough decision for me. Like I prefer Good Time through and through. But I still think this is a really great movie, and I'm gonna give Uncut Gems an 8.5 out of 10.
All right.
Cool.
One thing I'll give Good Time is that it has the emotional aspect out of it. Uncut Gems doesn't really have that same kind of emotional trigger that you would want out of it.
Yeah.
But for some reason, like, there are so many other things about it that I just absolutely love that right now I don't really know what to call it. Like, I at least if I'm comparing it to Good Time, I really don't know at this moment which one I like more personally.
That, and I just feel like Good Time, like, don't get me wrong, this film is tense, but Good Time, it just felt like it just never let up.
I feel the same way, though.
That's one of the most anxiety-inducing films I've ever seen in my life.
I agree.
I do have to say that, too. I think I felt more anxiety during Good Time. It was just constant, like, fuck, man. What are you gonna do?
I think it's just because this film is longer, too. Like, I feel like if they just trimmed up like the slower parts, then it would have matched the same level of anxiety.
Well, that, and I just like Robert Pattinson's performance more because Robert Pattinson is a superior actor to Adam Sandler.
I don't agree with that. I prefer Adam Sandler in this film.
Yeah.
And actor chops, like full stop, I don't know.
Actor chops, full stop, I don't know.
It's not even like a competition for me. Like I just feel like Robert Pattinson blows Adam Sandler out of the water.
I think you have a bias against Adam Sandler,
yeah.
bro.
I don't. Like, don't get me wrong. I think he's a great actor, but he chooses a lot of shit. And Robert Pattinson is like, he just has a lot more range than Adam Sandler does.
I don't know, because in Punch Drunk Love, Adam Sandler plays this fucking on the spectrum neurotic guy who's very shy and awkward and timid.
Oh yeah, like he's fantastic in Punch Drunk Love, but I mean,
I think he's brilliant in this film and Punch Drunk Love for different reasons, and I think that's definitely something to applaud.
yeah, I'm not saying he doesn't have range. I just think Robert Pattinson has more range, and I just feel like he has more acting chops.
As far as the more range, I'll say yes, just because The Lighthouse came out. But I think if The Lighthouse didn't come out, I would be like, I don't know, because I feel like I wouldn't be confident saying that he has more range.
I love Pattinson. Don't get me wrong; he's one of my favorite actors working today.
And it's weird because he claims he doesn't know how to act. He just eats mud. But it's like, clearly you're a very capable actor.
Pattinson is a very interesting character in general. He's just like very... I don't know. He's very interesting.
Yeah, Pattinson, he's something else.
Yeah,
and I gotta say, man, like it's really cool to see him just not sell out from Twilight and actually continue, you know...
Yeah, he
continue
likes
this
films.
as an actual career and do really good films and actually challenge himself and, you know, commit himself to the art of filmmaking like this is really refreshing. So
yeah, I have to agree.
I mean same with Adam Sandler too, because he could just keep not doing anything like this, but he chose to do something like this that's really fucking challenging. So
this movie was like, it probably was a big challenge for him.
Yeah, it just sucks. We'll have to wait another 10 years before he decides to do it again.
And he probably loved doing this movie too, because it's just so at home to what he kind of loves. Like, you know, he loves basketball. Like that's the one thing I know about him. He loves basketball.
I thought the same thing. It's like, oh, look at him. He gets to play basketball for a bit.
I know, and like almost all of his movies have basketball in them, like, in some way.
And he got to work with Kevin Garnett, which I'm sure was a big deal for him.
Yeah, and I heard that like Jonah Hill was in talks to play this part before Adam Sandler, actually.
I'm glad they got Adam Sandler.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I think Jonah Hill's a pretty good actor too, but I just feel like Adam Sandler was just much more fitting for this.
He was perfectly casted.
Yeah.
For this film.
Yeah.
Easily.
It looks like he sells cocaine at the bowling alley. But yeah, I guess that's all we gotta say, guys. Merry Christmas again.
Merry Christmas.
I appreciate you guys clicking on this video and hearing what we had to say about it. I'm sure there's gonna be tons of, you know, videos on this film on YouTube, so the fact that you clicked on ours, it really means a lot. And if you really enjoyed what we had to say about Uncut Gems, please give this video a like and share it amongst your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to be updated on more film-related content.
All right.
Peace.